Welcome back, guys, to another video. We have someone who is doing super well, Casey, who's also a member of the recruiter school, and they went literally from 0 to 100, swamped with all the new jobs that they have with new clients, and just very grateful that she was able to spare a minute or two to kind of share her story with everyone here. So, Casey, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, no problem. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. So I guess what did you guys do before the recruiter school? Like, can you give a little kind of background, maybe perhaps how you got into recruiting, and then ultimately what inspired you guys to join the recruiter school?
So I was actually in school when Betsy found me. I was at Mizzou, so the University of Missouri, studying business administration, and I really wanted to get into recruiting, but I couldn't find a good in. So Betsy posted on LinkedIn. I got in with her company as an intern, and they were kind of lost because they had just started their recruiting program. So they're an HR consulting firm, and then they added this recruiting aspect to it. So we had other coaches, and they weren't really getting through to me and the other two interns. And I randomly Googled, I think it was how to become an agency recruiter, and you popped up, and that's how we found you. And we started looking at your videos, and then Betsy reached out, and that's when we found the recruiter school. And it's really turned us completely around. It's been so great.
Wow. But backtracking a little bit, why did you want to become a recruiter in the first place? I'm curious.
Oh, because so I really wanted to get into HR, but HR can be kind of a drag. Recruiting is actually the fun part of HR. So, it's a little different as an agency recruiter and like looking at that. And like I've learned a whole lot since I got out of school about recruiting, but I love it. I mean, there's not a lot of jobs where you get to actually help people. I mean, there's negative aspects of it too, but we actually get to help people and really, the thing I love most about it and the thing I wanted to do is like, help businesses find amazing employees, but also like give those people a chance to get a brand new career and a brand new start. Like that's the most fun part of it is you get to actually do something positive for some people's lives. You go through the whole like, you have to reject some people too, but it's mostly helping people. And then I don't know, it's so great. You get to help, the companies find great people and then you get to match them with employees who also love their job. So it's just good. And we love to keep track of everybody and see how they're doing. And, we've been really successful. So it's been great.
So when you joined this company, you said that they were kind of lost, right? So what was
Mhm.
kind of the biggest difficulties that they were going through? Are you struggling with getting responses from clients? Are you an established recruiter who is struggling to break six figures and beyond? Are you looking to start recruiting part-time and you don't know how? Do you feel burned out and stuck spending hours and hours each day in manual tasks like sourcing and outreaching and feeling like you have no time to actually run and grow your business? I am absolutely happy to announce that we have launched our own recruitment, educational, and coaching program to help you on your journey. We made sure that everything I've learned in the past 10 years, the tips, the strategies that really helped me build multiple seven figures of placements on my own desk with some of the best companies in the world will be included in there. We'll also be including things like how you can build an acquisition system that brings in clients every month to your agency hands-free, how you can maximize the probability of a positive close during negotiations, how you can automate and outsource your day-to-day operations so that you don't have to spend hours per day researching or sourcing, how you can figure out the new and modern way to scale your agency that minimizes risk and maximizes your upside potential. And we've also included much, much more. The best thing about this is not only will you be getting amazing content, but we will also handhold you and be with you every step of the way to make sure that you are held accountable and you crush your goals. We'll also share with you our own tech stack, tools, and plugins we actually use, plus everything else we know about automation and AI to help you save time, work smarter, and not be a slave to your business. The exciting news is that we've actually rolled this out to a select few people earlier this year, and I'm excited to see them well on the way to multiple six figures, with some breaking $30,000 to $50,000 per month already. So if you're interested to be a successful recruiter that can dominate in any market conditions, make sure you click on the link below to chat with another member of our team, and we're happy to chat with you to see if we can help you out. Make sure you jump on this really quickly. See you on the other side. So when you joined this company, you said that they were kind of lost, right? So what was
Mhm.
kind of the biggest difficulties that they were going through, and why did these other programs just kind of fail to help you guys?
So when I started, it was really brand new. We literally just had Job Diva and a program called Cognism. Later on, we, got Zoom Info, which has been really great, but we didn't know a lot of the back end logistics of how things work, like the, email deliverability, those kinds of things, cold calling, like what our goals should be, what, those things that you need as a basic business. So we were kind of just doing our 50 to 100 cold calls a day with the same script. It was, we're calling, we filled this position in a similar role in this, area, and then we weren't getting anything. Like nobody would call us back. We were leaving voicemails. We didn't really have good follow-up because we weren't all on the same page. We were doing another training with somebody that we had found on LinkedIn, and she's a great trainer. She's a great coach, but she's set in her ways. And that's like the best way I could say that. With your program, we all actually talk to each other and build on ideas instead of saying, this is how it is, and this is exactly how it's going to be forever. You take somebody's, I wouldn't say problem, but you take somebody's idea or question and you do, I love we have like this community that we can not just ask one person, but ask multiple people, because I think that's, not everybody has the same lived experience. So, I just really like the recruiter school's format better, I think. I've learned so much more from it just by talking to multiple people about my questions and about like the issues that we've had come up, so that I can make like an informed decision. And then, obviously you're there and you give the best advice too. So I just like that we all build from each other and not just, having somebody tell you this is how it is, this is the way it should be. And if you're not doing it this way, you're doing it wrong.
I never really truly understand how education, especially applied to like a business corporate setting, can be fixed, because like the world keeps moving, technology keeps advancing, landscapes keeps changing and evolving. And so what we want to do is wherever you come in, we want to establish like some sort of baseline. But I also always look at myself as a perennial student too. Like we're always testing and learning new tools, new technologies, and I want to learn from you as much as you learn from me, right? And so that's why it's really, really cool. I love these calls that we do together, is because like, yeah, of course I have a little bit more experience than most people, but like we're also learning too, right? And I also know that what might work 6 months ago might not work now. What might work 5 years ago definitely does not work now. And we always want to keep pushing the boundaries on the cutting edge of like what's actually working and what's not working. And so I appreciate you sharing that, Casey. It's something that we take very seriously. We practice what we preach. It's why like we're still recruiting. I'm still recruiting. I still have an agency, because that just gives us confidence that we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, recruiting, it can be generalized, but we're all different flavors. I'm not doing the same vertical as somebody else, so it might be a little bit different for me. And so I like to hear everyone's opinions, not just like, hey, yeah, like I said, this is how it is and this is how it's going to be. And if you're not doing it, you're doing it wrong, because that's not true. It's just objectively not true. Like we mostly focus on like financial and accounting stuff, but somebody who's focusing on, tech or, software engineers, they're not going to have the same experience as I am. So it's great to hear what works for everyone and not just what, it's kind of one of those things. I think, like I said, it comes in all different flavors, and it's good to have like a whole community where you can hear everyone's opinions, and what's worked for somebody might not work for somebody else, but you can hear that and you can build off of it and learn. So I just think I like the forum of that too.
And you always ask great questions. We always enjoy talking to you on these coaching calls. And so I'm really glad that you're finding value from it. So how have things been now that you guys came into the school? You went through the course, you went through a number of coaching programs. Like, how are things?
Really good. So we've got more jobs than we've ever had to work on. The business development aspect was definitely the thing that we had like most problems with. So with your program, we've actually learned so much and how to like really personalize our outreach to businesses. And it's been very successful. And like with all the coaching that, I've gotten from you, I've gotten so confident, which is the best part, because if you're not confident whenever you're speaking to, a client, it definitely reflects that. So now that I have this confidence, I'm getting more and more contracts signed, and it's just been really amazing.
That's amazing. So in our program, we teach you can do it yourself through our coaching. You can learn all the different channels, and you can, we'll help you every step of the way. Or you can kind of leverage our exclusive service where we kind of build something for you. And so the great thing with you guys is we helped kind of build and found an acquisition specialist for you guys that's just crushing it for you. Now, what inspired you guys to do that versus kind of learning it yourself? Did you just realize, oh my God, for our results, to do it consistently, maybe it's a lot more work than you actually thought. Perhaps it's technical. Like, what was the thought process there?
Gosh, kind of all of that. So we didn't really understand when we first started all the work that goes in on the back end of everything. So it's been very, very nice because we have such a small group of us that, we need help. Like, I mean, it's a numbers game, right? So if I can only send out 100 emails a day, I'm probably not going to get a good response. Now that we have this service and like this, extra person helping us, and they know how to make email deliverability better, and they know how to avoid problems with LinkedIn and, the different, like everything that goes in, like I said, on the technical side of it. We had huge issues with that. So whenever we first started, I got my email like blocked as spam and like I didn't even know it either. So I was wasting so much time, like sending out these emails. I didn't know I was going into spam folders. I found out from a client that I was going into their spam folder. And that's when we found out, like, oh, I've been marked as spam by somebody. And then when we got, with your program and Trevor, like, they fixed all of that for us. And yeah, now we're getting leads like crazy. I didn't think I would ever get any lead off cold emails, but yeah, we get them all the time now. We're getting really, really great connections on LinkedIn with my business administrator. She's just so great, my sales administrator. She's just so easy to work with too. She's a sweet, sweet person. If I have any problem, they're so quick to fix it. And they help us, like I said, on the back end of everything every day. All I really have to do, honestly, is be the person who talks. Like I make my Loom videos and now like make my discovery calls, and my life has gotten a lot easier. Like I said, I'm signing contracts. Like it's great. I'm very
It
happy about it.
it's insane to me because client acquisition has gotten way more competitive. In
Hmm.
2025, it's a whole nother ball game. I think if I had the recruiter school 5 years ago, Casey, it would have been like, hey, just send out emails and it would have worked fast.
Yeah.
But now it still works, absolutely. But for people who want to move 10 times faster, get results now, the fact that, you can generate signed contracts this fast. And I think you got your first one in your first week or something. Was
In
that
the first week,
in the
yeah.
first week of going live, you got our first signed contract in 2025. It's insane. I think it's like honestly one of the best systems out there, period.
Yeah.
And now you guys have too much going on.
Yes. Yeah. It was the first week was honestly so overwhelming. It took me a minute to get in my groove, but I was like, oh my gosh, like she, sends out like, these LinkedIn connection requests and stuff for me. And then, the emails. So we got so many emails and so many LinkedIn connection requests accepted and people being like, yeah, send me your information. I was like, what do I do? Kind of thing. But I got really into the groove the second week and now everything has been so great. And I'm not the only one who's like experienced that success. The other people who started with me in Trevor's program and your program have also been that successful. I think Maggie signed a contract that has 9 software engineer positions open, and then Dawn has 7 physical therapist positions. We have so much work that in that group, we're all doing splits. We're all like, okay, everybody just work on everybody's jobs because we all have too much going on right now. So, which is crazy.
To go from like, I don't know what to do with my business, we're struggling to now having too much business in a span of like,
Yeah.
what, 30 days?
Yeah, it was a month.
Is insane. And
Hmm.
so I think when people who are having trouble making a decision, whether or not they want to do this lead gen or even comes to the recruiter school, any program, you got to be decisive. Like action is everything because you just have no idea. Even you might be in so much pain right now and so much frustration, but literally across the fence could be a whole nother reality that could actually be a reality,
Yeah,
right?
whenever Trevor came to talk to our group, I told Betsy, I was like, I really think that you need to jump on this. I was like, they said the spots are limited, and I really believe like if Preston's using him, we should use him too. Like
Yeah.
that's the whole point of this is I trust our community. And that's so rare to find with recruiters because it is so competitive, but we've built this community where we all trust each other and it's just, we have that open forum, we talk to each other and, if you're giving me business advice, I'm going to take it. So I told Betsy, I was like, we should really look into this program because I think it could set our business development onto a new level. And it really has. So we're very happy.
So the cool thing is, right, like this is only exclusive for recruiter school students. It's also very intensive for us to go out there and hire someone, but we do our best to also keep it as affordable as possible, right? So this
Mhm.
person works for you full time, but much more affordable than you hiring someone in the States or the Western world or Europe full time, right? So we do find folks and we do target international markets to keep it down, but then people are like, oh, okay, so you're just hiring VAs. I'm like, we're not just hiring VAs. Like they go through a lot of training. And as you said, the infrastructure technology needed, the know-how is actually very technical to be able to deliver leads to you this consistently every week and every month, right? So if I just hire a random VA and ask them to send out emails, they're not going to be able to do what the acquisition specialists are doing for Casey and the folks here. Like it's literally very complicated and very technical. So it's just amazing, honestly. So I guess you guys have like tons of leads, signed agreements, experience. So what now? Like, what's the future? Are you guys thinking about like, perhaps expanding your team on the fulfillment side, or like, how are you going to do all these placements now, Casey?
Yeah, we've already actually, we're trying to find a recruiter right now because I'm so
Amazing.
busy with business development. We're going to start working as a team and I'm going to do business development and we're going to get like a couple more recruiters. And like I said, we're utilizing the splits community right now. So it's been really great. But yeah, what's next for us is hopefully a ton of growth. That's what we want. We want to hire, more people to work on our team, get more jobs, make money.
I keep telling people 2025 can be an awesome year,
Yeah.
right? So you can either come into the year and dreading it or get super excited. And
Yeah.
it was just a simple decision that you guys made. And I really appreciate the leap of faith. Like, we're all about transparency and value here. And if I wouldn't use it myself, I would not promote it, let alone on social, but specifically like our students, right? Like, I only want to kind of promote things that I myself would am a 1,000% believer in, especially in a world where, it seems like every kid is trying to start a lead gen service and a
Yeah.
lot of them are just not good, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy to hear that, you guys are busy. It's only February. You got over 10 months left, Casey, to
Yeah.
absolutely crush it.
Yeah, we've got some goals and we're ready to do it. So I'm really excited. It's been so great. And yeah, I love working with our SA2. Like anything that like I have a question about or if I need to change something up. The other day I was like, hey, I want you to change industries. And she did it like so fast. And we got leads off of it almost immediately. She's, like you said, they do really extensive training. Like I really tell her every day, I try to say like, Carla, you're doing amazing. Keep it up. Like I don't even know how you do it all, but I mean, so good. Like we just enjoy working with them so much.
Yeah. And for people who are listening, you can tell them tell your SA or acquisition specialist to really
Mhm.
target any role, any market, any sector that you want.
Mhm.
And it's like flipping a switch. And they just target, they know how the infrastructure works and they just point it in the direction you want to go into. Yeah. The fact that they were able to pivot so fast for you and continue trucking forward, delivering leads.
Yeah.
We like to do our best to keep the managed expectations, but over deliver, Casey.
Yeah,
Over
for
deliver.
sure. Yes.
So for people who are kind of maybe perhaps on the fence of becoming a recruiter, or even, hey, joining the recruiter school, like what would you say to them?
I'd say take the leap. It is scary, but it's so worth it. It really is. You're going to have a lot of emotions whenever you first start, especially as a new recruiter. I just started last year, and you do go through the highs and lows because they are really, really high and really, really low. But at the end of the day, there's really like nothing else like it. It's such a great career path. I really do enjoy it, and it's a really great way to help people. Like if you're looking for a job that really makes you feel fulfilled and like you're doing something, become a recruiter. Figure out what you're passionate about, target those industries, then you're good to go. I mean, I love what I do. I love talking to the people that I talk with. I love networking with, I mean, it's awesome. Like, I love getting people jobs. I love it when I can say, like, hey, we got that salary that you wanted. We've got those benefits. I don't know. I feel like not weird about this question, but like, I've been through so many like highs and lows in such a short amount of time because I'm still so new to recruiting. It's hard to answer, but it's honestly just been so fulfilling for me. I really do like helping people and like getting them those positions. It's very exciting. And I think I have a lot more. I've never done corporate recruiting or anything like that. So I don't know. I can't speak on like how corporate recruiters feel, but I like agency recruiting. I have a lot more freedom than I think a lot of people do. And, I have a 2-year-old. And so if I need to drop something to go take care of her, I can. I can take my work with me on the go. And it really makes a huge difference in my own life. And, I work from home. I get to spend time with her. I have my family. And then I also get to have like one of the coolest jobs in the world. So I'm very happy.
I love your response because you didn't talk about the money, the placement. It talks about helping people and really having a genuine reason and authenticity just to kind of help people. And I think like that's why people should be recruiters, right? At the end of the day, yeah, the salary is great, the placement fee is great, but we have a chance to really impact a lot of people every day, right? And it's the
Yeah.
coolest thing ever. And we're selling talent. Like it's one of the coolest jobs I think anyone can have. We're not selling a pen or a toothbrush or a household item. You're selling real human beings to other people. Like it's just so cool. And so
Yeah.
I love the fact that like, you lead with that because for a lot of people that come secondary, like, oh yeah, this is actually kind of a cool side benefit of recruiting. We can actually help people. No, no, no. Like I hope most people who come into recruiting is because that they want to help people. people and have impact on a daily life. And if you are able to kind of work hard and you do the things you're supposed to, of course you can make a great living from it.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
love how you lead with that heart, that warmth, and the impact, because that's what makes recruiting amazing. And that's why a lot of us still continue to choose to stay in recruiting after all these years, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just happy for someone like yourself who didn't go through corporate. Like, there's a lot of ways to become a recruiter. You don't have to go through corporate, right?
Yeah.
And creating the recruiter school, ironically, was really never a plan. It was honestly like we just got so much feedback from people just not learning anything from all these other programs out there. And we're like, you know what? Like, I've been through corporate, I've been through it for over a decade, and maybe we can actually help people who want to be helped, and we do our best. And that's something that, like, aside from recruiting, we're obsessive about. We're all about results and success, and it really means a lot. People like yourself are making the leap of faith to kind of join the recruiter school and then leverage services that we offer and then seeing these results.
I can tell you, I've been out there. We've done a lot. Like, we didn't do a ton of coaching programs, but we did a few. And I've had a few people, try to sell us on their programs, and yours has been by far the best and most successful I've been.
I appreciate that. I think
Yeah.
the coolest thing with us is like we don't really feel a need to having to sell. Like, it is what it is. Like, I've been in the industry, our track record kind of speaks for itself, type of thing. But none of that would matter if you weren't getting results, Casey. So I'm just super
Yeah.
happy that you and Betsy and the team are up and up. Now you're possibly even thinking about eventually making a hire. The team's expanding, the
Hmm.
revenue's expanding. It's going to be an awesome year for you guys.
Yeah, I think so too. It's been so good so far, so we're happy.
Well, Casey, I appreciate the couple minutes that we're chatting here. I don't want to continue pulling you away from your busy recruitment desks and your leads that are
Yeah.
waiting for you. And also, one more time, for people who are listening, when I say leads, I'm actually referring to actual human beings responding to the outreach saying, hey, I'm interested, we need help. Like, to me, those are leads. Some people are like, leads are just people you find on ZoomInfo or LinkedIn. Like, those are not leads. These
No.
are actual responses and hot leads. And all Casey just has to do is kind of sit there and just jump on the leads as they come in and close them.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
not trying to say that this is typical because I know this is a unicorn, but my very first contract I signed was just an email. The guy didn't even want to get on the phone with me. He was like, just send us your contract. Here's everything you need to know about the job. Ask me any questions you want. And yeah, I've spoken to him since then on the phone, but the first one, he's just like, send your contract over. I was like, that's amazing. Like,
That's amazing. Yeah,
yeah.
I just don't want you to accept that, like, or expect every single kind of interaction with new
Yeah.
clients are going to be like that. But it's great when the first one's easy, much easier than you
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
But
It was all because of you guys and the lead gen service. So it was, like I said, that first week was kind of insane. I got so many, like, you go from getting zero replies to your email to getting, like, I can't even remember how many I got. It was at least like 10 the first day. Actual people trying to get information about my business from, cold emails. It's great.
wow, yeah, cold
Yeah.
emails still work, guys. You just have to know like how to utilize it. But we
Hmm.
love having you in the community. The community
Yeah.
is awesome because whatever you're going through, whether you need help on the clients or candidate side, we're there together. Like, we
Hmm.
genuinely care about each other. We want everyone to win, and whether it's like splits within the community or advice or things like that, like, it's just awesome to see recruiters helping recruiters.
Yes, for sure.
But Casey, go get those leads. I appreciate you and
Yeah.
excited for you guys in the rest of the year and expect nothing but absolute success.
Yeah, I think we'll be doing pretty good, and I'm pretty happy. I can't wait to tell you about some more of our wins.
You know I'll be waiting.
Yeah,
All right, Casey,
for
thank you
sure.
so much.
Thanks. We'll see you later.